Down Air Podcast back for another episode. Why is that was a random song to get stuck in my Gilligan's Island?
Now it's stuck in everyone's head.
Yeah,
Thanks.
sorry about that. But we got a great episode for you here tonight, including a new conspiracy theory that Janice McAfee is pumping out there. She is not happy with how things are being handled so far. We'll share with you her latest thoughts. Plus, this woman in the middle of Tropical Storm Elsa dives into a Subway soup. The Subway was...
You can't pay me enough.
Oh, wait until you see the video. DMX cause of death revealed. Joe Biden signs a new order cracking down on big tech. Speaking of Joe Biden, Obama's ethics chief is blasting him yet again for how he's handling this Hunter Biden art scheme. We have this incredible story about a job applicant who accidentally got an email from the boss that she was trying to get a job from. He was basically emailed her why she wasn't hireable. It's an incredibly hilarious story. Barron Trump has grown 17 feet in the last 3 months.
I don't get that, but sure.
It's nuts.
It's a side effect of the vaccine, I think.
Sex and the City is coming back, and Howard the Duck.
Love Howard the Duck.
You got to stick around for the end of the show now for that. What could that be?
Honestly.
Going to be incredible. Janice McAfee's latest tweet there, Frankie C., who joins us. How are you, my friend?
Doing all right. Can't get the Gilligan's Island theme out of my head, but thanks. I'm good.
Just sit right back in here. A tweet from Janice McAfee.
The millionaire and his wife.
She's tweeting, there has been no sense of urgency from the various Spanish authorities involved in the investigation into John's death, and there is clearly a cover-up happening here concerning the events surrounding his death. She writes, we have not received the death certificate, the official autopsy report, or the official report from the prison. I understand that things take time, but a lack of cooperation from the Spanish authorities only confirms our suspicions that they have something to hide.
I mean, 2 weeks.
My wife just went bum, bum, bum.
Very good.
Yeah.
We lack special, what's it called? Sound
Special
effects.
Yeah.
So 2 weeks, that's not a lot of time.
2 weeks is not a lot of time. The preliminary autopsy should be available to her. The full autopsy, that takes a while. That we know takes a while. But there was the preliminary autopsy that was done. That was released. That was put into the media. Why wasn't she?
So they have that. She has that then.
No, but I don't know. I mean, there should be a piece of paper that you get with all that information. She's saying she hasn't gotten that.
So what's the lawyer doing? Shouldn't the lawyer do his job and get over there and be like, give me the damn
excellent point
paperwork?
Why hasn't she gotten the death certificate yet? That seems a little strange, no?
Because he's not really dead. I don't know.
Do you know, like, since we've been looking into this, again, I don't claim to know everything, but we do a good job. But as we kind of go through everything, you learn more. And I'd seen this a little bit before, but I didn't know how rampant it was. This guy had an insane amount of body doubles, like a crazy amount of body doubles.
Get out.
And he would like tweet about it too. I think one of the stories was his body double got arrested somewhere for doing something. I forget what it was.
Yeah, what?
I know this guy McAfee was a crazy, eccentric, incredibly entertaining guy.
I mean, the only time I've ever heard of actual body doubles is in like spy movies. I mean, I don't even like. Why would you have a stunt double? Sure, but why? I mean, if you're in the boat, are they all on the boat with you, or are they like traveling the world and doing whatever?
I think they're all kind of, I think a little bit of both. I think they're all doing different crazy things. It's
weird, man. Imagine that's your life. You're just like, someone hires you to be their body double, and you got to now live their life somehow?
That's a tough proposition, because if they're hiring you to be a body double, there's a real good chance that something bad can really happen to you.
Yeah, they're not hiring you to take, to take the supermodels home or anything like that.
Exactly.
That ain't happening.
Exactly.
You're,
And you're right.
You're a shield. You're a walking shield.
You're a walking shield. And you're right. The that really only happens in the movies. Remember Dave? That was the best movie ever.
That was good.
If there was ever a clear bit of evidence that movie writers are just crack addicts, it was the movie Dave.
Hail to the chief. He's the one we all say hail to. We all say hail because he keeps himself so clean as he's in the shower. I was in my head questioning whether I was going to sing that or not, but I went with it.
I'm glad you went through with it.
Thank you.
I'm glad you saw it all the way through. I mean, listen, I love Kevin Kline as much as the next, but that was an insane, that's a drug addict plot. Like, what if the president hired a body double and then the next day he had a massive heart attack that would be covered up by the government because presidents can't have heart attacks?
I mean, unless you really hate your vice president, that's what you do, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, his vice president, who wasn't it Patrick Stewart too? Wasn't Patrick Stewart was the vice president in that movie?
I think so. Well, yeah, I'd let Patrick Stewart be the vice president or the president.
Who was on like a 5-week tour of Africa for some reason.
Yeah, that's a weird movie.
Yeah, because like I think the assistant chief of staff wanted to be president somehow and was waiting to find a loophole while the guy was in a coma, so they let the body double run the country for a little while.
Makes sense.
Who, by the way, wait a second, hold it, wait for it, Frank. Damn it, wait for it.
I'm waiting.
Who brought in his best friend, Charles Grodin, to fucking balance the budget?
If anyone could have balanced the budget, it's Charles Grodin. I would have given Charles, because if he can't do it, he'll shoot you straight. He seemed like a great, honest, straightforward guy.
I mean, if you've never seen,
I'm gonna balance the budget, or I'm not gonna balance the budget.
Over a turkey sandwich with potato chips, by the way. That's what they did it over. And I think he played like some tax attorney or something like that.
Did you just watch this movie?
No, I must have watched Dave 4,000 times growing up. It was a great movie.
Decent flick.
Sigourney Weaver as the first lady.
First lady.
This is great.
A lot of cool people in that.
Let's just be honest. There are far too many good actors in that movie for a movie that was written by a crack addict in what I could only assume is a crack motel in Newark.
During like a fever dream.
Yeah.
Yeah. It worked. Classic.
And like during a spell where like his dickhead crack addict friend was like, oh, by the way, I put some PCP in your crack as well tonight. That's...
Whatever gets the job done.
Yeah.
You start cranking out movies like Dave, go for it. Throw some PCP in there.
Where you wake up and you're like, did I write this movie or was it that pink elephant I was hanging out with last night?
See, that's the kind of movie, you wake up and there's a fully written script on the table and you're like, I don't know how it got done, but it's done.
I guess I'll turn this in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even want to read it. There you go.
Yeah. Anyway,
so body doubles, yeah.
So body doubles. I mean, we kind of look like body doubles here. We're wearing the same fucking shirt. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, if no, I'm not. I'm still gonna grow my beard out and curl my hair up, take the glasses off. But yeah, we're neck and neck. What? So he had all these body doubles. I mean, I get you're a wanted guy, but what are the? I mean, are they gonna accidentally, follow the body double for?
Well. I mean, I think that was kind of his thing, right? So if you have a body double, like, and the FBI is tracking you down, they're tracking the body double instead of you.
How long? I mean, what does that buy you? A couple days?
Yeah, maybe. It's a shell game, though, essentially, right? That's what he's playing. He's playing a shell game. But they were releasing some pictures of him, like, in prison. He did not look good, and he also didn't look like himself. His face was very drawn. He had lost some weight and he really, really aged.
Could it be one of the doubles in prison?
A lot of people are saying.
Is that what they're saying?
A lot of people.
And maybe, I'm not taking away from the wife's grief, but maybe she's doing all this to kind of be over the top about my husband died.
Yeah.
And in actuality, he's maybe alive. This is all conspiracy theories.
Yeah, a crazy theory though, because you'd have
yeah.
to find somebody to literally who looked like you to literally be willing to end their own life. I mean, that's
I don't. Yeah, that's a tough. That's a tall order.
yeah.
I don't see that happening. I tend to stick with the simplest answer is the right one. You know, in this case, I think it's just he took his he took his way out, and that was it.
I still don't know. I mean, all the things subsequent from the first day that we found out point to that, but I don't know. This one is...
It's weird. It is. There's some stuff that doesn't make sense. I get
awfully tricky. Awfully tricky.
I
just want to say this. I don't know if J Sabs is making this episode, but if she comes on with a navy green shirt, I'm fucking leaving. Okay? I just want to put that out there.
Is that all it took?
Is one... This is embarrassing enough.
10 episodes ago.
I'm just saying. I also never understood why is it embarrassing if you show up to a big event and you're wearing the same outfit as somebody else. I mean,
I don't know, because you're gonna be compared to that person.
Is that it?
I think so.
But you know that in stores they sell massive amounts of the same outfit. I don't understand. If you're both in the same location, I mean, the odds are pretty good.
Yeah, but is navy green an actual color?
Yeah.
Navy green? I never heard navy.
I mean, I know navy blue is much more popular, but you know me, I like to go...
I think you made that up.
Maybe.
I'm leaning forest green on this one. I don't think there's a navy green. I'm calling your bluff. Calling you out in your bullshit.
I think you're being anti-American and pro-Amazon jungle right now. That's what I think you're doing with this whole color thing you got going on.
That makes perfect sense.
I think our navy deserves a color. I'm gonna
Marine, I think it's army green.
Oh.
Boom.
Let me see. You tell me.
Navy green.
You tell me at what form of your apology do you want to make? Look, it's right there on Google. Look on the Google machine. U.S. Navy green 4A.
See, U.S. Navy green. That's different from navy blue and navy green.
Yeah, of course it's different from navy blue. It's blue. That's blue, and this is green.
It's not U.S. Navy blue. You were saying just navy green. It's U.S. Navy. No, which is weird. Why would the U.S. Navy wear green?
I don't know if any other navies wear green.
What the hell are we talking about then?
I don't know.
All right.
This conversation really got away from me.
What the hell? I feel like writing Dave.
I mean, it is a crackhead, but you know, in the 90s, we just believed shit. It was just like, all right, I don't know.
Yeah, because we had like 5 news outlets, a few newspapers.
Yeah, it was it. It just flat out didn't fucking matter. You were just like,
and now everybody is everybody's giving you, everybody's a reporter. Everybody's got their story.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, all right, there's a million people saying a different story. Which one are you gonna believe?
Oh, things are unbelievable these days. I mean, literally unbelievable. Things just can't be believed.
Way to wrap that up. Can't believe it.
All right, here is this young lady who...
This is ridiculous.
Elsa was a hurricane, then became a tropical storm by the time it got up here to New York. It completely decimated our area in the form of water flooding. Like
massive
crazy
flash flooding.
Flash flooding, like unreal. And...
a lot of trees knocked down. I don't know about injuries or anything, but...
I don't think many people got hurt, really.
I don't know.
I mean, I'm scarred for life after seeing this video.
What do we got? Let's see it.
All right, here's this young lady. There she is. You can look at her. She dives right into this fucking... That's not...
Why, though? Why?
That is not even flood water. That is rat soup is what that is.
How is there a train going by?
That's what I want to know.
Where is that train? It's got to be halfway filled with water, no? How is that even running?
I don't even know. I don't know. Right? It doesn't make any sense. She is up to her waist in water.
Unless she steps down and then it ramps up toward the train. But I don't think so.
I don't think so. But why isn't there a current coming off of the train? Because this is a doctored video. That's why. This is what they want.
This is freaking me out, man. Yeah. Unless I see like in the background is like that gate, and just before the gate, like towards us, it looks like there's no water, or at least like a little bit of water. So there's
No, but there's water back there.
Yeah, but it seems like where she's standing is deep, and then she's about to step up. Watch the last shot of her in this video. Looks like she steps up a little right there.
Oh, maybe.
So maybe she goes up, and it starts going up toward the train. Because if the water is consistently that level, there's no way that train is running through that tunnel. That means the tunnel is filled halfway up.
By the way, how would you describe that water? Is that navy green to you? Because it definitely is not blue or clear.
That is puke, brown, garbage water.
And look at the garbage bags. Count them. There's two garbage bags I can see floating.
That's because I saw a video, and it's a similar video to this, where people were wearing garbage bags around their feet, around their legs, pulling them up as high as they can go, and walking through like they were, like waiters.
Yeah.
But I saw some guy do it, and then as he stepped forward, like all the water just rushed right into the bag because he was too low. And I was like, oh, that takes care of that. So I think those are the bags from them. But this, I mean, how important is that? I go get a cab or walk or bus.
Thank you.
There's no way it's that. I can't imagine it being that important unless you're going down there to save someone or something.
Yeah.
There's no reason to take that train.
And if the water is that high, the train, if it is running, which it is, and I don't even know how, they're not going to open the doors. If that train is running through a station like that, it might be stopping, but it is just going to keep going. There's no way the doors are going to open.
No, I think, honestly, I think it has to level out up on top. It has to go up because, see where her hand is right there at the top?
Yeah.
I think that's level ground, like above.
You know what?
Water.
You're right, because I just look over here. Wait, where's my mouse? Look right here. You see a guy's
I don't
foot.
see your mouse on the screen.
Oh, you don't see the mouse on the screen? All right, look all the way to the wall.
To the left side, right?
Yeah, that's a person.
Yeah, there's a guy standing there. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a platform up there.
So I think she thinks, she's going to just brave it through and then get to where that guy's standing.
Yep, you're right.
So just a big gully in that subway station right there. Which is not worth it.
Disgusting.
Go down a different set of stairs or get a different train. I am not walking through that ever.
No
you have
way.
to burn that. You have to burn those clothes, and then have a close friend hit you with a blowtorch on your naked body because there's no way you're getting that stink off of you.
Yeah,
that is nasty. I don't touch when there's no water. I don't touch a thing. I don't touch the seats. I don't touch the poles. I don't touch anything in the subways because they're disgusting.
Absolutely disgusting. Ugh.
And if you want to, here's a guarantee, a little game for anyone out there. You want to see a subway rat? You go into a station that the train takes more than 5 minutes to get to you. If there isn't a train for 5 minutes, they start coming out.
Oh, you're gonna see
the rats start coming out onto the rails, onto the tracks, and you'll see them. They're everywhere.
Yep. Disgusting.
It's nasty.
Disgusting. So
I get it. You're underground and there's the sewers and stuff, but it's still you're walking through a sewer.
So how many rats do you think were floating around in that water? I mean,
I think honestly, I think rats are a little smarter than we give them. I think they avoided the whole. Once it floods, they're out. They run to another spot.
You know what? The image I'll never get out of my head is in the movie Titanic when the rats start. Oh. The rats are just ahead of the water. They're like getting out. Whoa.
I mean, it's a ship. Why couldn't they get the rat? It's a finite space. They couldn't get the rats off the ship.
No, because
before it set sail.
They get in there when you're building the. Yeah, well, I guess you're kind of right.
I guess maybe when they load the cargo in or something. But obviously, it's a lot of rats.
Isn't that the same thing? Wasn't there a similar shot in Independence Day? Was it Independence Day? Because weren't they in the tunnel when there was like the attack and the tunnel started to flood? Wasn't the first lady kind of like in a tunnel and all the rats started running out of the tunnel first?
I don't remember the rats. The first lady was in her helicopter, and
she was in a helicopter. They
found her. What's her name? Vivica Fox found her.
Right. Was she in the tunnel then?
She was in a tunnel, but I didn't see any rats.
Maybe it was something else.
The dog ran to a spot, but I don't think there were rats.
I don't know, but I feel like right around that time, like somebody told me, like if you ever see a mass amount of rats running, go run in
Follow
their
'em.
direction. Yeah, follow them.
Something's coming,
Right. They know
not
something's
good.
going on.
and it's not good.
Fucking rat's intuition. We lost the great DMX a couple of weeks ago now. Sad, very
I mean,
sad.
a few months now, right?
It's been months, yeah. Best
Yeah.
funeral ever. Guy, they literally strapped his coffin to a red monster truck, which is fucking great.
Yeah,
I mean,
and I just drove it through Brooklyn.
just ran all through Brooklyn. It's awesome. I mean, I
They
wish I
waited
would've
for
done
lights.
it. I guess so. I don't know. Cause of death released now. Heart attack brought on by acute cocaine intoxication. So I don't know if he was trying to write Dave too, or
It's a possibility.
I'm not entirely sure how it all works, Frank.
It's
You
a
know that.
possibility. Well, that is a sad way to go, man. That is
Yeah.
before your time is up. Not cool. Not
Here's what's
it's
weird.
avoidable, is what I'm saying.
Here's what's weird about drugs too. He was how old was he? 50-something years old.
I think 50, if give or take a year or two.
Yeah. He was. Hold
Right.
on. He was 50. He just turned 50. Drugs kind of seems like a young person's thing. Like if you're still
Big Macs seem like a young person's thing, let alone cocaine. Your body can't handle Big Macs at 50. You're gonna start handling cocaine?
that might be the best point you ever made. It might be the best point you ever made.
Probably.
I'm not gonna lie to you. We had my wife and I had pizza 2 nights ago, a slice of pizza, and I was kind of like, "What is happening to me? This is I couldn't
It's
move."
literally a handful of cheese you're eating and oil.
Oh my god!
I mean, you take all the cheese on top of one slice of pizza. It's like you're just eating a ball of cheese and bread.
And you know what's weird about pizza? When I eat pizza, I feel like I can't wipe my mouth enough because I feel like it's just always greasy.
You see this extra shine going on today?
Yeah.
I had 2 slices of pizza before the show started. Swear. That's the truth.
It is so true. The older I get, I can't eat shit. And now it's like this guy's doing cocaine. I don't get it.
It's not gonna work.
I mean, I understand people have
Addictions are a
get it.
problem.
I get it. But it feels like, I mean, 50. That's a hell of an age to even get to with the drug. Because usually you kick it by then. I mean, most people.
I guess. I don't know how many 70-year-olds are doing coke.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm sure there are, but there are a lot more 25-year-olds doing coke. Point is, you're doing coke. You're not. You don't have a. If you consistently keep doing it, the older you get, the worse your body's gonna handle it.
I know.
We're not doctors. We're just living life.
Well,
But coke, nothing to play with.
we are podcasters, though. So what's the difference really between us and doctors?
We did
Not
go
much.
to podcast school.
That's Frank's diploma hanging up right behind him over there. Or
Where?
Cocoa Pebbles. I'm not sure.
Oh, this here?
Not
That is Cocoa
entirely.
Pebbles. I love
President
Cocoa
Joe
Pebbles.
Biden has fulfilled Donald Trump's dreams. He is cracking down on big tech.
Cracking down. What's he doing?
Excuse me, this is bullshit. I did the big tech thing the day before. Now he wants to come along and take my
Stealing
steam.
thunder.
He wants to steal my thunder.
Now I'm for big tech.
I
Because
was
Biden likes it.
I was the big tech guy first.
Biden's taking down big tech. Now I'm for it. We're gonna build up big tech, make it bigger and techier.
Let me tell you, Sleepy Joe, you can steal my thunder, but you can't steal my Stormy. See what I did there? Little
Hey.
wordplay. See it? Genius.
Nice.
Nobody cracks jokes like Big Don. Am I right, everybody?
Got the best words. The words go into jokes. Got the best jokes. All right. So what is he doing to crack down on big tech?
That was fucking good. I enjoy. I hope everybody
You
enjoyed that.
have a good time? I'm
That
glad.
deserved. That deserves a huge laugh from everybody.
See, we need a live studio audience. It's the only way we're going to be satisfied.
So here's what he did. He said, well, here's his quote today. He said, capitalism without competition isn't capitalism, it's exploitation. He signed this executive order, which includes 72 actions and recommendations involving 10 agencies. It suggests that problems have arisen because of large tech firms collecting too much personal information, buying up potential competitors, and competing unfairly with small businesses. You know what's amazing about social media? I mean, they mentioned it right there. It's amazing. I don't think anybody saw it coming. Just how valuable the data is. Like the data, like people look at Facebook and they still don't understand how they make money. And they literally just make money because they have all this data on you.
Yeah, they know what you want to see. They know what you want to look at.
Yeah.
And it'll make you click through. And that's it.
That's all it is. But it's amazing just how valuable that is.
Yeah.
You know, because it's like, you watch hockey and or you like Star Wars or whatever. That is, knowing that information is so lucrative.
Everything's now geared to your likes.
Yep.
And they're just gonna inundate you with stuff you're gonna go to.
And I gotta say, credit Facebook for that. Facebook was the one. They're still the best at it. They are still the best in the game as far as
Google's really good at it.
Google is good at it. Google had the know-how. Google basically wired the internet. Like they knew, they gave away, Google Analytics was free. Google Ads is free for websites, for publishers to put on their sites and everything. They understood it's literally like they said, oh, the world needs electricity. We will provide it for them. And then we'll get all that information back. But even them, they have information on websites, people who visit, all that kind of stuff. There's a lot of info there. But the amount of detailed data that Facebook is able to collect off of your actions is literally insane. And proof of that is because I have a little experience in this area. Facebook built their ad platform and their targeting, and then Google, who was, what would you say, 4 years prior to Facebook, really? 3 years maybe before Facebook?
I don't even know.
And Google wrote the game. Like Facebook literally followed Google's thing and then out-Googled Google, so much so that Google had to change their targeting to match more of Facebook's.
Yeah, now they're all just going back and forth trying to beat each other out.
Yeah. Also, did you know that Hydrox was first before Oreo? I felt like I needed to slide that in at this point.
That I knew. And
it's an Apple fact.
Is it?
I don't know.
Let's see what mine is today. Can't read it. Okay.
It might be a Lipton fact. Did you know that Lipton came up with the facts before Snapple?
Did they really?
One of these things is all made up. It'd be a fun little game to find out what.
This whole podcast is made up. All right, so he's cracking down on big tech.
Get it? Because I banged Stormy Daniels, and there was a lot of thunder in that room that night, I'll have you know. It was just fantastic. A lot of people told me.
They may take our thunder, but they'll never take my Stormy. All right. I saw a thing on Facebook. I can't remember who wrote it. It could have been Bernie Sanders, but I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. It said there's a minimum wage. Should there be a maximum wage?
Idiot. No.
Like $1 billion a year.
Yeah.
You can't make more than that.
No. You should be able to make an infinite amount of money.
Okay.
He's an idiot.
Just throwing it out. I don't think it was Bernie. It might not have been Bernie. I don't know who it was.
That sounds even dumb for Bernie Sanders.
It could not have been Bernie. But I'm just saying, if if you want to limit monopolies and big companies like that, should there be a maximum wage? This
is the left getting far too out of control. Do you know what a maximum wage is code for? Fucking communism. That's basically communism.
It's not communism, but okay.
Kind of communism. You should be able to make as much money as you could possibly make. That's the beauty of the free market.
So there you go. Then
also, you should have to pay taxes on them, though. That's the part
that's where
that's
the fucking difference.
Yeah.
That I will never understand.
Yeah.
I mean, I know there's loopholes, but holy shit. Yeah. I mean, come on. How are they? I can't imagine. The government's lawyers should be better than their lawyers, and they should be like, no, you're paying taxes.
No, but it's good because we argue between right and left and who's right. And what's hilarious is the right and left politicians are all making money and hysterical laughing at us. But it's great. Go to your Trump rallies and go wave your fucking Biden flag at things and act like your friends are idiots when all the rich people who are on both sides are just fucking laughing hysterical.
We'll just fight amongst ourselves and then
that's all it is.
Let them, just pretend like they give a shit, and that's
all it is. And they're all laughing and counting their fucking money. Anyway.
Right. As we're jumping into subway rivers.
Fucking rat stew. These people are going, no, blame each other for everything. It's good. It's good.
Well, they seem happy. They're jumping into the subway stew, and they'll be fine. Look how much fun they're having.
God, we should put a GoFundMe together for that poor young lady now that I think about it.
What? I mean, I get you got to get where you're going, but holy shit, man. That's too much.
If anybody deserves 40 grand from strangers, it's that woman. It really is.
I don't want to go into the water at Long Island beaches. I'm not going into the subway water.
Yeah, that's a risk at Rockaway Beach alone. And this girl is going in at fucking...
There's no natural water anywhere near that subway.
I know.
There's pure rain and sewage.
I know. All right, so here's the recommendations from President Biden. Greater scrutiny of mergers in the tech sector. New rules to be set out by the Federal Trade Commission, the FTC, on data collection, barring unfair methods of competition on internet marketplaces. The Biden administration is also targeting a number of sectors with the order. It encourages other government agencies to take action to improve competition across healthcare, travel, and agriculture. Once fully implemented, it would allow hearing aids to be sold over the counter. Hold on. Once fully implemented,
where the hell did that come from?
It would allow hearing aids to be sold over the counter, for example, as well as the ban of early exit fees from internet contracts.
What?
You can't buy a hearing aid over the counter?
What?
I don't know. It also intends to make it easier for consumers to claim refunds from airlines. For decades, corporate consolidation has been accelerating. The fact sheet released by the White House says, describing the order as a whole of government effort to promote competition in the American economy.
Okay.
See, I don't mind the data collection. I think the data collection is fine. You know what I mean? Like, if
I think they're talking about the methods of data collection, not just...
I don't even mind that. I just don't think... I think selling of the data is the problem.
Well, yeah, maybe that's also included in there. I haven't read all 70, whatever the hell, points of this thing. But I think one of the fucked up methods of data collection is my phone listening to me and hearing what I'm saying. And you know, that's weird.
It is weird, but this is what I tell people all the time. And by the way, I fully blame politicians for this because they were the ones who fucking ruined it. Because and also foreign governments, when they were listening to our phones and serving us ad for the new Star Wars movie, nobody gave a shit. But when they were listening to the phones and other governments were using that to fucking send out false information and bullshit stories that basically spurred QAnon and Bernie Sanders, all this shit, that's when it became, that's when it got out of control. And it was crazy.
Yeah, well, obviously there needs to be laws about selling your information.
Facebook invented the greatest marketing platform ever. Before Facebook came along, if you wanted to reach somebody of a certain age, you had to advertise on TV, print, or radio. And you had to hope that people who watched that TV show or listened to that radio station were the same people that wanted to go see your movie or buy your car or whatever. Now you could literally find that exact person based off the fact that they clicked on pictures of your car before. There's nothing wrong with that. They just literally expedited the system.
I have no problem with that. It's also, I think, some of the problem might be who gets the preference. Like, if you're shopping for a car, does BMW get sent to you, or does Honda get sent to you?
BMW pays is based off
That's
of
the problem,
whatever they pay.
No? Isn't it like problem for Joe Little Guy who doesn't have that kind of, you know, he gets stepped on.
I'll tell you where the problem became. They took political money. If Facebook would have just banned political advertising from their platform,
that would be good.
None of this would have been an issue.
And
you know what? They fucked up because they didn't need the political money. They're making so much money off of Honda and BMW fighting over each other to reach the person who's about to buy a new car.
I think the only political... It's tough. I think the only political advertising should come from the politicians' campaigns themselves. It shouldn't be third-party Like if I wrote this
Russia,
guy's great.
China,
Anybody, even Americans, anybody. It should come from the campaign. If I'm going to advertise, if Joe Smith wants to run for president, the advertisement's got to come from his campaign. I can't start making ads for him and putting them out there because I just like him.
Yeah,
that should be the difference. It should be so it's legit. I mean, it should come from this message is approved by this campaign, etc.
Yeah, I mean,
that's where it should come from.
I just there's some valid points there, and there's some points that are a little stretchy. But obviously, look, it's a big problem, and I know people are going to be like, "Oh, how could you be okay with tech listening to you?" Because they don't. It's not like there's some guy there just with a microphone, with a fucking headphones, listening to what Frank is saying.
Yeah, it's a computer listening.
They break down keywords.
They break down keywords, and they focus their advertising on you. Great, but the problem becomes when they sell it.
And by the way, it's better. I don't want to sit through an ad for moisturizer cream or makeup. I want to sit through an ad that I kind of have an interest in. I want to sit through a guitar ad or a sports ad.
Yeah, agreed.
It's less painful I got to sit through ads anyway. It's less painful if you know what I'm kind of into.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
I
don't mind that. It's weird when they, I don't know. I know they're not on the other end listening. Go, hey, you hear what they said? It's a computer listening. I get it. But again, the selling of the information is where it's got to stop.
It's like just regulate like we said before. I'm not going to
just write some laws. We've
said it before. Just regulate it like you regulate TV, radio, print, and everything else.
I wonder how long it took. I should know this, but when TV was mass produced and everybody started having TVs and there was there were networks, how long it took for them to be regulated?
Well, I think it was honestly, what
hand
it was?
in hand, right?
Orson Welles and War of the Worlds. That was a big thing. There was a lot of regulation came down after that, and that was pre-television.
Yeah. So when TV came around, were the laws already ready to go?
And I think most of them, kind of were. Yeah.
I guess nobody saw the internet coming. I mean, they had to have, but why are we dragging our feet on these laws?
Well, you didn't see the internet coming, and the internet was already here.
Shut up.
Here's the other thing too that I find really interesting, and this is why I continue to be obsessed with the Trump social media network. And we just talked about Getter the other day. That Getter started now, and there's what was the other one? Palmer. What the fuck is Parler? Parler. How how hard it is to start a social media network is damn near impossible. And in this current climate, the only guy that would have a shot at it would legitimately be somebody who 85 million people voted for, or 80, whatever the fucking number
70
was.
something.
That's your only chance. And even with 80 million people in that guy's pocket, I give a social media network a 10 to 15% chance of succeeding.
Yeah, because there's only, a dozen of them or so now.
It's impossible.
I can't even name half of them.
The last legitimate social media, there's a caveat to this, but the last legitimate social media network to work was Instagram. And
TikTok.
That was the caveat I was going to say. But Instagram wasn't even allowed to fully blossom because it caught so much heat that Zuckerberg was like, I have to buy this before it destroys us. And we have another rival to deal with. And that's what he did, which is kind of the reason why everybody goes and says, that probably shouldn't have been allowed. That deal probably shouldn't have been allowed to happen. Now, at the time, it wasn't as big. By the way, he paid $1 billion for Instagram, I think it was. And it was probably worth $10 to $20 billion. That was the biggest deal of a lifetime, buying that thing at $1 billion.
That was an easy.
Yeah.
decision.
Now, the caveat I was going to say was TikTok. So TikTok was Musical.ly before it became TikTok, and their stroke of genius was paying for music rights before anybody else did. Everybody else, including Facebook, was like, we're not going to pay artists for music rights. We're just going to ban music from being used in our videos on our platform. And Musical.ly was like, we'll put ourselves in mass amounts of debt to pay artist rights because we feel like music is important and people are going to want to sing and dance along to music. And
That's
they were
all
right
it
about
is,
that.
and there's millions and millions of it.
But I will say this. I don't know if TikTok ever gets to where it is today without the pandemic. Because when you look at during the pandemic, it was the most downloaded app.
Yeah, that's true.
Because we were all home with nothing to do. A lot of creators were born during that time because they were home with nothing to do. And a lot of people were home with nothing to do but scroll through that friggin' thing. And at a time when most social media was toxic with political bullshit, this was a purely fun outlet for outlet medium. It was all about fun.
See, I like TikTok. One thing I cannot stand on TikTok, and I'm sure anybody would agree with this, is spoilers. I watched the show Loki, Marvel.
I haven't watched
Disney.
it yet.
It's phenomenal, by the way.
Yeah, but you also told me WandaVision was good, and I thought that was
It's
just
good,
okay.
but this blows it away. This is like one of the Avengers movies. It's really good.
Okay.
And literally, it comes out every Wednesday. Literally Wednesday when I wake up, early in the morning, 8 o'clock, 7, 8 o'clock, there's spoilers all over TikTok.
Really?
It's unbelievable.
That
It comes
sucks.
out Wednesday morning. I think at probably midnight. But boom, and all of a sudden you're scrolling through, and it's like a scene from the show, and I'm like, come on. I mean, it's unreal. That shit. We got. If we want to write some laws about spoilers.
I'd say you want to.
That pisses me off.
That would piss me off too. You want to know what I think the worst part about TikTok is? Is the live.
Why?
Live TikToks are the worst. I skip live TikToks like crazy. They're never good.
Yeah, unless I haven't really run across anything live that I'd want to see.
Oh, see, I find that lately, the last week or two, every 7 or 8 videos is a live video, and I'm like, get the fuck out of here! I don't want to see. It's awful shit. I want premeditated, thought out, fucking
Planned
TikToks.
videos.
Yeah,
I want Jack Black videos.
we have to talk about the TikTok strike. We didn't talk about this, and it kind of went away. Remind me the next episode. We have to talk about the TikTok strike because it's fascinating.
Strike.
It's pretty fascinating. All right, let's move on to Hunter Biden here. So the art scheme. We were talking about this. Hunter Biden suddenly became an artist. Like all of a sudden, he put the crack down, gave up on writing Dave 2, and said, "I'm going to just paint now." And I don't honestly know if he can paint. Kind of guessing not really. But he wound up selling his paintings for like $500,000 or some crazy shit like this. It's utterly insane. And similar to the way that Trump was renting out hotels to God knows who, and we saw all these stories of these hotels of his being empty, but on paper it was all booked up because people were just paying. We got a similar thing going on here where he's selling all this art all of a sudden to people for insane amounts of money. And people are worried that they're laundering money to the Biden family through Hunter Biden for these bullshit paintings. Because who would want to honestly, it could be the greatest art ever, Frank. It could be the most beautiful art ever. Who would want to hang this fucking guy's shit on their walls?
No, not really. It has to be transparent. There's got to be. I mean, I'm sure they've got a hold of Hunter Biden's taxes and all that shit. I mean, he's not. I will release my taxes once this audit is over. It's not that. I'm sure they can get a hold of Hunter Biden's taxes and see where the money's going.
It's not even that. It's who's buying this artwork.
Yeah, that's true too. So
and they want to keep it. Well, this is. I'll give you the latest criticism. I'll tell you why this is a story again, and why it's becoming a problem. But
no, it is a problem. I could see that.
But going back to Hunter Biden, even if 0.3% of the shit that's on the internet about him is true, it is still way too fucking bad to be like, I want that guy's artwork on my fucking wall.
Yeah,
like,
no, it's
just go away, guy. Just be gone for 4 years. Just don't be around at all.
Just lay low. Your dad's the president. You don't got to do much. Just lay low.
Lay low.
That's the way the president's family needs to be.
Yeah.
And the last few presidencies, a couple of presidencies, this one and that one, hasn't really gone that way.
This guy's job should be just to not on Fox News. Like, that's your
Yeah.
job. Stay
Just
the fuck
disappear.
off Fox News for 4 years.
Disappear for the presidency. That's it.
That's it. That's all you have to do.
Be on vacation for 4 years. Take your family. Go to your house. Go to whatever boats, islands, whatever you want.
Yeah.
Just don't fuck up.
Ask Jonathan Taylor Thomas how to do it. We didn't know where that motherfucker was for 13 years.
Out of nowhere.
Shows up and he looks like shit. And
now he comes back. He takes over the pride.
Yeah.
And that's it. A little Lion King reference there.
I got it.
Thank you.
I got it. I'm upset that you know that. That was you shouldn't know that. That's a lot.
Why?
I don't know.
I shouldn't know that he voiced the Lion King.
Yeah, well, that should be well out of your periphery. I feel like at this point.
Why?
I don't know. You don't have kids. Lion King.
I grew up. I was around when I was a kid. That was in the 90s.
All right. All right.
I don't know who voiced, the Elsa and shit, but I know the Lion King. I know Aladdin. I know all that shit.
Wait, who did he voice in Lion King? He was Simba?
Simba. He was the young Simba. And then
he was the young
Matthew
Simba.
Broderick was the older Simba.
That's right. Broderick. That's right.
Come on. I'm allowed to know that.
You know what's messed up? They have a new... I don't think Broderick does it anymore. Because they have like a new Lion King show. And now Simba's older. And I think they just got like this like Matthew Broderick knockoff voice to do it.
I think the main voices...
Yeah,
the ones that you really recognized were Timon and Pumbaa. Everybody else, and Scar maybe. Everybody else was kind of average sounding. And maybe James Earl Jones, but I'm sure he's not in it anymore because since the character died off. Spoiler alert.
All right, so here's what they're saying now. Now we talked about this before, and our solution was, look, even if they don't want to release the names of the people buying the art, maybe, just perhaps, you could take those names and send them over to, I don't know, FBI, CIA, Department of Justice.
Someone of authority should know who it is.
All three of them
if
to
it's
check
not released
each
to
other?
the public, if it's not released to the public, an agent, someone should know.
Congressional oversight committees, like any all of these would be a great idea, right?
Flip a coin.
Right.
That's fine.
Right.
I agree. I agree with that 100%.
Their solution, instead of disclosing who's paying the outrageous sums for Hunter Biden's artwork so that they could monitor the purchases and make sure that nobody's gaining access, their conclusion was that Hunter Biden can never know who is buying the artwork. This is what the White House came up with. Like, okay, I see there might be. What if we just didn't tell Hunter? Well, how the fuck? What are you talking about? How does that solve fucking anything? So if I'm a guy,
let's see. If I'm a guy who wants to get access to Biden, I buy Hunter's art, which gives money to Hunter and the Biden company, but they don't know it's me. So I guess theoretically that works, but. I feel like there's ways around that. Yeah.
How about like, hey, give me this, and that, and I'll buy one of your bullshit paintings in the next couple of weeks. Like, what?
Well, that can't happen.
Yeah, but it can though. If I call
I'll buy it like a month from now.
I'll make sure to buy it for $612,000.49, whatever the fuck,
Gotcha.
And then that's how you can confirm it's come through, or only sell me the painting with the blue dot on it or whatever bullshit, that kind of shit.
There's ways. Yeah, no, it should be definitely just stop selling your shit for 4 years, 8 years.
Yeah.
And pick it up when they're done. I don't understand why we can't do that. It should be that should be law. Your immediate family, if you're president, all their business, like the businesses, the way it used to be. When you run a business, it gets put into a blind trust, and you have nothing to do with it for 4 to 8 years.
Yeah,
and that's it.
Because
that should be the law.
They're all sitting there up on their ivory towers, making all the. Every person in Congress and the Senate, they all make $100,000 a year or $150,000.
And that should be it.
Whatever it is, they're all millionaires. Every last one of them is a millionaire.
Which, if they're making it like through stock market or whatever, fine. You're allowed to play this. You're allowed to do that. But you should not be accepting any outside money while you're in office. Period.
Insane. Did I talk about the Nancy Pelosi thing? Did I tell you on this show?
What thing?
I follow this Twitter account that tracks huge stock transactions. They keep track of everything. And when you're in Congress, if you buy or sell stock, you have to disclose it. It's part of the ethics thing, right?
Makes sense.
Ethics. Pelosi bought a whole bunch of, you could buy calls. You could buy call options.
No, I don't know what that is.
Like you buy an option, you're basically predicting that something's going to happen, but you don't really fork over the money just yet. But if it does happen, you can pay. And if it doesn't happen, you still have to pay a little something. It's a very weird thing, but you're basically betting on something happening in the future. She bought all sorts of Amazon call options and bought them after these deals were announced that the federal government was giving up on Microsoft. They were signing this huge deal with Microsoft. They canceled it and switched over to Amazon. And she put all these calls in. Like, she didn't fucking know that this was happening and made millions of dollars. Millions of dollars.
See, now how is something like that not regulated? And is that what Twitter is this? How do you know that this is legit?
It's like unusual whales or something like that, or whatever.
Sounds legit.
Yeah, no, but
I'm sure.
But then it was
public knowledge.
Yeah, I didn't look. It was public. Yeah, because I researched it after, and everybody was writing about it because she has to disclose it. But she did this in June. She didn't disclose it until July, because I guess you have a little window on when you could actually disclose this stuff.
I don't know, man. It's all corrupt. It's kind of like,
Here's the thing, though. Yeah. It's in the. She's doing it
by the rules.
The rules, but the rules are.
But isn't that sort of
bullshit.
like an insider trading kind of thing?
Yes. Yeah. But they've all rigged it so that they don't have to. I forget who it was. There was 3 Republicans. Remember at the end of 2020, they got in trouble for the same shit. They did the same shit. They're all doing the same shit. And every middle to lower class person is just on social media yelling at the other side for their bullshit. And I'm telling you, they're all up on their fucking ivory towers laughing at how divided everybody is.
We're Subway swimming and they're fucking in the ivory towers. That's it. That is a perfect metaphor. That lady jumping in the subway is us. Is everybody.
Yeah.
That isn't in government.
This is exactly this is the perfect climate for them to pull all their bullshit, and they're all fucking pulling it.
And there needs to be full disclosure of all your transactions. Number 1.
Yeah.
Number 2, immediate disclosure. You make a deal, it comes right out that day. Number 2, you can't have financial trade, back and forths with anybody. If you're in government, you get your salary. No other money's coming into you except your salary. That's it. That should be the end of that.
That should be part of the
all
thing.
of them should be making the exact same paycheck.
You know what? It's a real baby face, nice little thing you asked for there. That's unrealistic. But you're really right, because the reason why all these people go for these positions is because of the power. And if you take away all the power, you'll get real people who just want to do the work for the sake of doing the work.
Exactly.
And let's not act like 150 grand a year ain't a nice little living.
That's a lot, especially with no term limits. You could just keep going and go. 150 grand a year. Let's say after taxes, you're taking home 100 grand a year. And
I have no problem picking up the tab for private jets, getting them back and forth from their districts to Washington.
Absolutely, that's part of the job.
Shit. Keep it all, yeah.
That's a business expense. Sure.
You need it. But all these other fucking things are just.
All right. You want to play the stock market? Fine. Play by the rules. Disclose it all. And don't pull this insider bullshit. You want to make business deals? Your business is government. That's your business. There's no, I'm taking money from this company and putting their agenda ahead of me. There's none of that. That should be out. How we haven't written that into anything yet. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. All right, here, I love this story. We're calling this Not That Cute. So this girl put this on TikTok, and we're taking this from this is some 5 o'clock news bullshit. But the way they laid it out was really great. So this girl applies for this job. Husband and wife own the company. The husband goes to email the wife do we want to hire this girl? She's not that cute, and accidentally emails the girl. So the girl takes the email and she puts it on TikTok, and then all these people, you know, cancel culture, all these people who don't know, you know, they dive right to the defense of this girl, which granted, she's in, you know, she's not in the wrong here. He is. Yeah. And now they're like, they might lose their business. But I love this one thing that happened, and I'm just going to play you the audio. The visuals are not that great, but I'll play you the audio and I'll show you some of the pictures. So it picks up with the guy who wrote the email, who is now tearfully apologizing.
To somebody for something I did yesterday.
It may be too little too late for Chuck DeGrendel to issue this Facebook Live apology. This week he learned a...
By the way, credit the news broadcasters who are still talking like this in 2021. It may be a little too late, you know.
You want to hear that, like, nonstop? Go to a radio convention. It's just full of people talking like this. Who can out-talk each other?
Hey there. Oh, look, it's Taylor Lightning over here. How are you?
Hey, good. How are you?
Like,
all right. Easy.
Yeah.
Tone it down.
Major lesson in the power of social media. Chuck is the VP of operations at Ava Lane Boutique in Auburn Hills and also happens to be the husband of the owner. It all started when 21-year-old Gracie Lorenz applied for a brand representative job.
And their motto is BD through confidence. And this is an email I accidentally got sent from the VP.
Instead of sending his response back to his wife, the owner, Chuck sent the email back to Gracie, which read, "This girl is fresh out of college and not that cute. She applied for the sales model position. Are you sure you want me to interview her?" Gracie took that email and her response to TikTok, a video that has now gone viral.
Not that cute. Not that cute. Okay. Okay. Okay.
It was embarrassing for her. It made her feel terrible.
Gracie's mom, Heather, says her heart broke for
Interviewed
her daughter,
the mom,
who was crushed after receiving the insulting email.
She's a sweet kid. She's not an attention hog. She's not a like social media personality.
She put it on TikTok. She's not an attention.
Yeah, okay.
She certainly did not anticipate what it turned into.
Gracie's TikTok apparently struck a nerve with thousands of people who didn't have the kindest things to say to the Ava Lane Boutique owners online and by phone. In response, Chuck posted this tearful Facebook Live apology.
And I didn't feel that she was that cute. So I wasn't sure if we wanted to proceed with an interview. I don't know why I said that, but I did, and I'm very, very sorry for saying that.
Both Chuck and his wife Laura...
You don't know why you said that, because you're an honest piece of shit. That's why you fucking said it, you crybaby.
Hey, listen, I get, yeah, it's wrong. He shouldn't have said any of that. He shouldn't have did that at all. Professional, you know.
But honestly, like here's what I hate about this. I'll set up the camera, honey. I'll sit in front and I'll cry. And I'll beg for forgiveness, and this will all go away. And it's like, no.
Is that what you think it is?
Oh, yeah. You think this guy is fucking serious about it? You think he gives a shit, or do you think he's worried that his business is about to go under and he's going to lose everything?
Exactly.
That's what it is.
About. Of course it is. And he's sorry that he got nailed for something.
This goes back to, are you sorry for what you did, or are you sorry that you got caught?
Yes.
He's sorry he got caught.
Yeah.
And also, let me say this, because I know this is going to be unpopular, but again, I have a love for the truth. He was right. She's not that cute. Okay, let me just put that out there.
You're an ass.
That is a mediocre-looking young lady at
this
best.
This way, people, not this way. Send it all that way.
All right.
To AnthonyOnAir.com.
Let me say
care
this.
of Anthony. Not Frank.
Her response to put this on social media and go, not that cute. Her response should have been, I'm not that cute, you fat fuck with tits. You should look in the goddamn mirror, you piece of shit. That should have been her fucking response. Because this crybaby with fucking donut tits ain't much better looking either. And he's acting like he's the fucking, like he should be passing judgment on people.
I don't know, man. See, it's one of these things. You know me. I like to err on
Not
the
ruffle
side.
any feathers.
No, I like to err on the side of benefit of the doubt. And I like to think that everybody, like this guy probably, obviously he's sorry, but is he really sorry?
He's
I don't-
sorry
you know
he
me,
got
I
caught.
I know, but he probably, sorry that he hurt her feelings, I'm sure too. She was never meant to see any of that, which is terrible to write it. But of course, he didn't want her to see that he wrote that.
Look at this big fat fucking crybaby.
No, he's a drool.
You know what? I'm sorry. I'm sorry you don't have the fucking wherewithal to buy a shirt size. That's one size up, you fat
Right.
fucking bastard.
No, he's a big fat pig. But
You have
I'm
the
just saying.
fucking physique of George Costanza, okay, with your fucking Skechers shoes down here on your fucking stool, all right?
Right. Now, my whole thing is, yes, there's cancel culture. There should also be forgiveness culture. If she forgives him, then we should all kind of move on. If she doesn't accept his apology and it becomes this whole big thing,
Yeah.
it's between them and, don't go to his store. Don't.
I mean, look, it's not like she's ugly, but she's like a plain-looking girl. Also,
Okay.
she looks like she's fucking 19. Like what the fuck? What are you pushing around that you think you need fucking Kathy Ireland? That you're gonna get somebody who's like off the charts good looking to fucking what? Push around your fucking products?
I don't know, man. I don't know. But again, if he's genuinely sorry,
come on, let's be honest.
I'm the forgiving type.
Frank, let's be honest.
Yeah.
I know everybody's gonna be like, "Oh, I can't believe Ant said that," blah, blah. But let's be honest. Why was he even fucking looking at this girl in the first place? Because when you're hiring a salesperson, guy or girl, you want them to be really good looking. 100 times out of 100, they will hire a really good looking person and train them on how to do the job, rather than hire somebody who knows how to do the job who's not that good looking in sales. Come on, now.
So whose side are you on? I've lost track of which side you're for here. Are you for this guy?
I'm on the side of truth.
Okay. I don't know. What are you for, the girl at this point, or the
I'm
guy?
Alex Jonesing this thing. I'm on the side of truth. Now buy
they're
my
turning the
Patriot
frogs
vitamins.
gay.
Yeah. Buy my Patriot powder.
Right. So I don't know. Yeah, it's fucked up that
I can't do the Alex Jones. It hurts my throat too much.
I don't know how he does it.
I don't know how he does it. No, it must be all that Patriot powder. He's fucking hoarding
He might be onto something.
and sniffing. Because
Right.
he's a... yeah.
Maybe he could write Dave too.
Yeah, I think he can. I really think he can. He does more coke on a Tuesday than all of Hollywood does.
Turning
in a
the
year.
frogs gay. All right, take it easy.
Now, here's my point. You've worked in radio, which relies on salespeople. Weren't the more successful salespeople 9 times out of 10 attractive women?
Not
Which is a sad state of affairs.
Not really. I mean, there were some men that were the lead guys that were,
Very
the
few.
money makers that were
Good-looking guys?
average. Nothing. They're not, certainly not models or anything.
Very few. I feel
don't
like the
know.
more successful salespeople were the good-looking salespeople.
I think that's off for the most part, because I don't see that. I think when it comes down to it, when people are spending their money,
Are you calling me a liar?
yeah.
Come on, we're
No, I'm
T-shirt
calling
brothers.
you uninformed.
We're T-shirt brothers today. You got to be on my side on this.
Yeah, that's true.
We were together in wardrobe. Why aren't we together in opinion?
I don't know. I'm sure there's a lot of that. People buy stuff because the salesperson's attractive.
All right, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question.
Happens a lot.
You've applied for jobs. I know this has happened to me. Has this ever happened to you? Where you put in an application, you're going through the bullshit. Are you this, that, or other veteran? Upload your photo here. The fuck you need a photo of me for?
I don't think I've ever gotten that.
You never
I've never
got
seen
that?
an upload photo here.
Oh, I've gotten that a couple of times.
Unless you're going for something that requires.
A job in radio?
Oh, if it's no, then I've never seen that.
I've seen that in radio multiple times. Upload your photo here. Fuck for what?
They want to make sure you're not too attractive because you're going
What?
to be on radio.
Yeah.
They don't want you. Don't waste your time here if you're a model, if you're a supermodel. You're on radio.
Yeah, and not like this was internet times, but still, it was like.
No, you don't need to put your. And I'm sure it was optional, but you don't need to put your photo.
A lot of the times it was optional. So 1 or 2 times it wasn't. It was required, but a lot of the times it was optional. But I've seen it for sales jobs too. I've seen it for other jobs too. People have said, like, you know,
hey, I want to make sure you can go on a billboard and not make people puke.
Yeah,
that's terrible.
Yeah,
but no, I get it. I understand people buy things because of the salespeople. I get that.
I want to slam baloney tits here. I do, but that is the way to act like he's not.
Well, if he didn't send it to her, it would never have come to light. It would never have been a big deal. You know, if he didn't send it to the applicant,
right?
If he just sent it to his wife, and they hired her or didn't hire her, you never would have heard anything about it. But the fact that he sent it to her, that's why it came to light.
Because that probably happens 1,000 times a day, all over.
Yeah, and this guy hit the wrong key, and boom.
Yeah,
he gets caught.
Yeah,
you know.
I don't mind her calling him out for this shit. I wish she would have just taken him to, you know, instead of just going, oh, nothing. But you know what, too? She's a young girl. That's got to be fucking devastating.
That's not easy to hear, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, that's not, you know.
Yeah, I can't imagine, like...
See, I knew I was average looking at best from an... I was able to accept that, which I feel like lets me kind of... fly at a certain exactly. I
didn't want you getting too full of yourself, so I was like,
yeah,
what's up, ugly bastard?
When you hear it all the time, you know, and you grew up with it, you get used to it.
Yeah, so your expectations aren't too high.
Might be upsetting to the young lady. I get it. Yeah. I get it too.
No, she's definitely been wronged, and I don't know what wrongful, I don't know what kind of case she might have, if there's any kind of repercussions other than this guy being humiliated and the store not being patronized. I wonder if there's any lawsuit or anything like that.
Yeah. Here's the thing with this guy, though. Just shut up. It'll go. This will go. We will be upset about something else as a society by 3 o'clock tomorrow.
That's
now. True. Now your stupid crying video is on the internet forever.
Yeah. And let's see what he should have done. Well, I don't even know. I would have called the girl, the young lady. Got her to, instead of being over the phone, to meet. I want to apologize to you in person.
Yeah.
Offer you the position. Blah blah. I would apologize to her personally and specifically, instead of I apologize to the world.
You know what? That's an incredibly well said point. Why are you apologizing to the world? Just call her up.
Call her, apologize to her.
And apologize to her.
You screwed her over. You did something bad to her.
Yeah.
Give your heartfelt apology to her.
Because that's the way out of it. The way out of it is that because then she can make the next video and be like, you know what? He was an asshole, but at least he was man enough to come and apologize. Yeah.
He reached out to me. He apologized. He wants to make it right.
Instead, he's wearing a fucking blue on blue. What does this guy think he is? Jay fucking Leno when he's not doing the Tonight Show with his outfit?
Honestly.
Dungaree on dungaree. This fucking guy with his stupid Midwest hair.
There's a lot of tracks on that rug, too. What the hell's going on with that rug?
Oh, I can't see. First of all, his wife is a fan of... Who's the girl who redecorates everything in Texas? She's got the deal at Target.
I have no
now.
idea. Yeah.
Remember, her husband's always silly. Chip and something Gaines. Yeah. Wherever the young lady is, who's far too beautiful to be with that guy. I mean, he's funny. Joanna Gaines? That's Joanna. That's the one from HGTV, whatever the fuck. I don't even know what it is. We fix houses in Texas show. And she's got a whole thing in Target that looks exactly like this guy. This could be in Target. I don't even think this is the guy's house. He was like, let's go to the Target. The Joanna Gaines section. Yeah.
It's a green screen. He's got a magazine behind him, like a fucking green screen thing.
Yeah.
He's sitting in front of a green screen on a stool.
I got news for you, Frank. There is a fucking bikini section of Target right over here in this area. That's how close he is.
Frozen foods on the other side.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Anyway.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. Apologize to the young lady.
Yeah.
Settle it between the two of you and move on.
Everybody thinks, I got to go on social media and cry.
You don't have to apologize to me. You didn't do anything to me. You don't have to apologize to anybody else except her.
Idiot. Absolute idiot. Barron Trump.
B. Diddy.
Now again, I like I'm an honest guy. I'd like to get this kid a tryout with the Knicks because I feel like, or the Nets. Which one stinks now? One of them's good. I think the Nets are good.
The Knicks are never good.
I know, but I think they made the playoffs or came close. I don't know, whatever it is. But this kid is huge. He like jumped up. This is how old is he? He's 15. This is the thing with kids.
He shot up like 9 feet.
Yeah, you don't see a kid for 3 months and they become a completely different person. If you're not looking at them every day, the transformation is
Are we
insane.
sure it's him?
Oh,
is
yeah,
it a body double?
It might be a body double. I don't know.
Yeah, he's gigantic.
Look at him. He's towering over his mom.
That's weird to see. That's freaky looking.
Huge.
He's only 15.
15 years old.
He's like my little brother. My little brother is 21, but when he was 15 or 16, he was
the
shot
same
up
size.
to like
Yeah.
6'5",
Yeah.
whatever the hell he is.
He went from a fourth grader to
To
literally
the center of the Lakers.
Sixth man on the bench.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. Could you imagine how much? My wife and I were just joking around because we got a 4-year-old and a 5-year-old and a 3-year-old. And we were joking around about how much fucking food we're going through lately. I can't imagine how much this fucking kid is eating as you're
McDonald's
growing.
to feed that kid.
Holy shit.
Hey.
This was a shot of him that they got coming out of Trump Tower.
In New York?
Yeah, in New York. I feel like, are we seeing her with him a lot lately? Her, Melania with Donald? I haven't seen it a lot.
There was a shot of them eating dinner at Mar-a-Lago today or yesterday by themselves, like roped off.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
And there was a word from, I don't know who said it, but someone said that they said, or she said or something, that they felt like caged animals, like at a zoo. They're just like sitting at a table behind a velvet rope, like nobody can go up to them, and they're just eating their meal. And there's like a big rope separating them from the rest of the people.
Yeah, I mean, again, a life I would never want to live.
No.
This is a couple of months ago, and look at him next to his father.
He's huge.
He's huge.
His dad is like 6'1" or 6'2", right? I think.
Yeah.
He's gigantic.
And she's tall too, because she was a model. They all got to be like 5'10", right? What did you say she was? 5'10"? She's 5'11".
That's up there.
Yeah. So good for him. Kid's going to be able to dunk.
I remember, I think it was first grade into second grade.
By the way, I'm sorry to interrupt you, Frank, here. But as I zoom in on this photograph of the president and his son, look at this fucking dipstick in it. What face is this dickhead making? Take a picture on my iPhone.
You know, he looks like Men in Black. He looks like the Edgar suit.
Sugar water. What does he ask for?
Water. Sugar and water. More.
Anyway, you were saying.
I don't even know what I was saying. What was I saying?
You know what fucks me up about Barron Trump?
Damn, I had something good too.
I know you did. I'm going to buy you some time here with this awful
okay.
anecdote. For some reason, whatever reason, I don't even know, there's a Honda dealership right near my house that's Barron Honda. So I always think of Barron Honda when I hear Barron
I think
Trump.
Baron is like the name of like a royal something or other.
Like a Baron?
Like a Baron.
Maybe that's what the Honda people were going for.
They were
Thinking
probably
they can
going for.
move
I'm sure
a
there's
couple
like
more Civics.
There's a Royal Honda, I'm sure, somewhere. There's a fucking Baroness Honda. I have no idea. But,
All right, did you come up with it?
Yes.
Okay.
So when I was in like, I think first grade or so, from like first to second grade or kindergarten to first, whatever it was, over that summer, like in June, we left, let's say it was first grade. We left first grade, and I was friends with this kid who was like half my height. Mm-hmm. 2 months go by. September comes around. It's the very next year. I mean, that very next school year, 2 months later. The kid literally shot up 6 inches taller than I was. And I was like, what the hell? I asked him. I went up to him. I was like, what is this? What? You were literally half my height. I was blown away by this kid. I barely recognized him.
Yeah.
And this isn't exaggerating. He shot up in 2 months like a good foot. And I asked him. He's like, every day I stretched because I was he was like the shortest kid in the class. And he goes, every day I knew I was short, and I wanted to get taller, and I just every morning I stretched for 15 minutes. I just stretch out, and I'm like, okay.
There's
And
no way that's
I believe me,
genetics.
I have no idea. But 2 months, he
It
grew
worked
like
for
a
him.
foot.
Yeah.
I mean, there's my class pictures are weird. It's just him like this, and then him like this. It's the strangest thing.
Yeah. It's
I don't
crazy. I'm telling you, like, again, if you don't see a
growth
kid for
spurts.
3 months,
I go through these spurts. It's unbelievable.
yeah, it's crazy. There'll be times where I'll look at my kids and I'll say to my wife, I'll be like, my daughter, over 2 weeks, like, even when you see him every day, something happens to you where, like, you'll go, you know what, 2 weeks ago, she did not look like this. And you can go back through your phone and look at photos, and you're right. It's like in 2 weeks, just boom, the change.
Well, what's weird is, I mean, how often I see my friends' kids, it's like once every couple of months or so, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And when I see them, they look different every time.
Every single time. Is that why you don't know any of their names?
No, I'd never learned them from the beginning. I never had a desire to learn any of them.
I was going to say, I don't know any of their names because I don't give a shit. That's
Yeah, I call them by their last name. Sierra.
Say,
Whoops.
hey, kid. Hey, you, little guy.
Yeah.
Get over here. Whatever
Blank.
your name is. Beverly, whatever your name is.
Beverly. Tall girl. Whatever your name is. Beverly.
He might have been at his best at fucking
Oh,
League of Their
man.
Own. Might
That
have
was
been his
great.
best. Yeah.
That was amazing. That and the Burbs. He was unbelievable.
Yeah, so good. Okay, let's talk about Howard the Duck for a second here.
Love Howard the Duck. The original movie in the 80s.
I feel like, yeah, the original movies of the 80s with the great, what's her name there?
Yeah, let's see if you can get it.
Taya.
Nope.
Come on, but Leah Remini and Taya.
That's
Leon.
close.
I know neither of them are right.
First one was closer.
Leah Thompson, thanks.
That's it.
I came up with that by myself without the help of my wife.
Right.
So Leah Thompson bangs Howard the Duck. Probably fucked me up for life. Watching that as like a 9-year-old,
It gave me hope. I was like, if a duck can get Leah Thompson,
yeah,
there's hope for me.
but it messed me up now. Now whenever I go to a park, I get an erection. That's the weird thing. Whenever I see a duck anywhere,
That's why you're not allowed within 500 yards of a park.
I can't go to Disney World because if I see Donald, it's over.
So put some pants on him and we can talk.
I feel like I've seen this before, but it started trending again. Did you know that Howard the Duck has now made 4 appearances in the MCU and the Marvel universe?
I know of 2 of them.
You know of 2 of them?
I do. Well, yes, I know of 2. I know of Guardians of the Galaxy, and he was in Endgame. Guardians of the Galaxy, I believe it was an after scene, after the credits. And Endgame, he was in the big battle at the end. They showed him for like 2-3 seconds.
He's got a gun, right. Okay,
Yeah.
I got that one. Here's the one I think you're talking about. There he is. You can see him all the way.
There he is right there, yeah.
Yep. There he is in the battle scene. There's one. I think this is the Guardians of the Galaxy one. Isn't that the Guardians of the Galaxy one?
Yes, I think so.
Might be. He's having a cocktail. The camera quickly goes past him here. Or this might be Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm not entirely sure what this one is from.
I'm not sure either. It may be there were 2 Guardians of the Galaxies. Maybe he was in both. I don't know.
And then I guess they had just an animated thing come out, Marvel, and there's a shot of him right there. He's in the animated thing. I think that's why it started trending again. 4 projects now.
Well, there is the animated thing. I think it's called Marvel What If. Like it just explores different possibilities in the Marvel universe. Like what if Iron Man never became Iron? What if,
Right.
how it would, how it would play out, kind of thing.
What if Leah Thompson got pregnant and had ducklings?
And had duck human hybrid babies.
Here's what I need to know though. What the fuck are they doing over there at Marvel? I mean, you're literally talking about the worst movie ever, and they're just threading.
Whoa.
They're just. They're threading him through.
Whoa.
The most successful movie franchise ever.
They drop little pieces, and what's great about it is that they drop these pieces to get the reactions, and now they're seeing what everybody thinks of it, and they're gonna, then they'll see if they're gonna make a Howard the Duck movie or not.
You
And if
think
they
they're-
do, I'm sure it'll be on the scale of these other movies.
You think they're Donald Trumping us? Is that what you're saying? They're just trying to see if they can get a rise, get a reaction out of this, and see what's what?
Donald Trump with a little more special effects. I think it's just they're teasing it in the hopes that people will catch on to it, and maybe it'll blow up into this big thing, big enough that they'll make a movie.
Okay.
If they just came out of nowhere with the movie, I could see you being skeptical.
Let me go along with you here. Let's say you're right.
Let's go on this trip. Here we go.
Why? Out of all of the properties out of all the IP that they have,
Why not?
everything that they could do, why would they go barking up this tree that's just
It's
got
fun.
dead roots inside of it?
No, it does not. They
Awful.
made one movie. It was a comic before it was that movie.
I know, which I didn't even know. Which I feel like a lot of people didn't even know that.
And the guy who did the voice is still around. I forget his name. But that would be great if they got him to voice it again. Forget his name. He's actually a really short guy. He's not a little person, but he's a short fella. Forget his name. Anyway, I have no problem with them making a Howard the Duck movie.
When you think about it, who was the one in Guardians of the Galaxy, the fox, that what's his name plays?
The raccoon?
The raccoon, thank you.
Rocket?
You got what I meant.
Bradley Cooper?
Stay in school, kids. Learn your animals. That's the same character. The snooty, snide animal, kind of wise alecky. Same character.
Different character. He's the Howard the Duck was down on his luck, kind of, had no chance of being successful and everything. This Rocket Raccoon was very prankster, but always looking for adventure and out there.
Was Howard the Duck down on his luck?
Yeah, he was kind of miserable in his life, and he wanted something more. He gets beamed to Earth. He finds Leah Thompson, bangs her, saves the world, and goes home. And now he's a big hero.
Amazing.
And do you remember Howard the Duck? There was like a 3-second topless duck in that movie, like female duck.
Was there?
He crashes into someone's house.
Oh God!
In his love seat or whatever. And there's a topless duck woman there with boobs. It was I'm surprised didn't jar you a little bit as a kid. That threw me for a bit of a loop.
I mean, I don't even know what possessed who made that movie.
Some lunatic. I don't think it was Spielberg, but I think I could be wrong.
Some loony pervert. Oh wait, in the tub?
That might be it.
Hang on.
1986. Let's see who directed that. Willard Huyck, whoever the hell that is.
Wait, his name was Lord?
Willard?
Oh, Willard. I thought you said Lord.
No.
I mean, Jesus, if there's anybody
Tim Robbins was in that.
Who should be investigated for this.
Oh, Chip Zien. Chip Zien is the voice of the duck, of Howard the Duck.
Oh, can I make this bigger here? Hold on. I guess I got it. I found what you're talking about.
Not for nothing, but Leah Thompson was fucking smoking hot.
I mean, has there ever been anybody hotter than her then? Jesus.
Unbelievable.
There you go. Duck. There you go.
Can we even show that?
That is unnecessary.
That was in... I mean, what was this movie rated?
I'd love to see the prop guy or the art,
Yeah, we gotta put boobs on it. Rated PG.
The wardrobe. We were lost as a society.
We didn't know
in
what
80s.
the hell. 1986, ladies and gentlemen.
I mean, there were no rules.
A girl duck with human boobs.
Could you imagine being in that meeting? Tim, can I talk to you for a second? Yeah, sure. Happy that you're here on the project with us. Going to be a great movie. Could you make me some duck hooters, please? That'd be great.
We want a female duck. Great. Naked. All right. Ducks are usually naked. Great.
Yeah.
No, but I want you to have hooters. I want the duck. Yeah.
Yeah.
We want the duck to be kind of human in only that one spot.
All right. Okay. Got it. But you don't want anything stupid like human nipples on the female.
No, we want. Yeah, ducks now breastfeed their kids. That's how they have nipples now. Ducks have nipples.
Haven't you ever gone to a restaurant and ordered duck breast? Come on, Tim, get with it.
You got to remove the nipple before you do that.
Huge. Yeah.
Birds don't have nipples.
Could you imagine this guy just sitting there in the meeting going, Come again? What was that about the...
You want duck nipples. Have you ever seen a duck?
Yeah.
No, I've seen ducks.
And she should be enjoying a martini with a towel on her hand.
That's the most believable part.
In a bubble bath.
That I could buy. I'm on board with the martini and the towel. But the duck boobs.
Yeah.
That's rough, man.
That is really rough.
I remember seeing that as a kid and just questioning everything. Like, am I attracted to ducks now? It was kind of a weird thing. But then I saw Leah Thompson, and I was all right after that.
I mean, I don't know if anybody's ever been like. Is there anybody as hot as her right now? I don't think so.
And she's I think, I don't know how old she is now, but she's still
got it.
Very good looking.
God bless her.
Yeah.
God bless her. Our last and final topic is the Sex and the City comeback. I like that music. You don't like Sex and the City, Frank?
Not a fan.
What's wrong, buddy? Not enough Star Wars T-shirts?
There's not enough Star Wars.
Simpsons references?
If one of them carried a lightsaber, maybe.
If we gave Samantha a lightsaber dildo, would that be better for you? Would that work?
See, now
we're cooking with gas?
You give them duck nipples.
All right, I was just going to say, follow me on this one. Miranda comes in contact with a naked duck. How are you feeling about it now?
Okay. Quack in the City.
Okay, what if we put Leah Thompson in Sex in the City? How about that?
I'm in.
Okay.
Done.
All right.
I was never a fan of it. The concept, fine. The characters, whatever. But the writing for me was always, and there's no better example of the not so great writing than, and I didn't even see it, but Sex and the City 2, the trailer. She actually walks in. They go to I don't even remember where the hell they go. They go to a different country.
Dubai.
Dubai. Okay. So they go to Dubai and they walk into the hotel.
I got it. I was just guessing. It's not
I think it's Dubai.
At the premiere.
And
fan club.
They walk into the hotel and Samantha goes, I don't think we're in Kansas anymore. It's like, oh, God, who wrote that in and said, oh, this is going to be huge. This is going to be the line of the movie. Come on.
You were so angry at Sex and the City.
It's that. It's just, it's the writing. It's so easy. It's so basic. I just always felt that they were so, it's just Samantha was always just sex puns. That's all she ever said or did. It's like, can we at least make her layered, but give her some personality other than I'm just sex all the time? Every story with her was just sex. And I get the show's called Sex and the City, but maybe she's got something. She goes for a job interview and sex doesn't happen and she just gets a job. I don't know. I understand that might not be as entertaining, but layer these characters a little more. I felt like they were all just kind of one note, and hopefully they bring it back and they do a little better with that. But I just always thought that. I've seen some episodes, and I just thought there should be more to them. They were just very one note, each one of them. Carrie, Sarah Jessica Parker was always, I can't find the right guy or the right shoes. It's like, okay, I understand, but something else too? No? Okay.
You are fired up and angry about. I'm always amazed by the things that tick you off.
You know what it is? I don't get. It's just some things deserve the attention that and other things don't get the attention that they deserve. I think this is just a little overrated, in my opinion. I understand people like it, and they love the characters and the stories and relationships. I get it. But for me, it was a little too cliched most of the time. Right? I mean, girls, we're into our shoes and our pocketbooks and sex. It's like, that's it? That's all you got?
Yeah, but it wasn't. Oh, my God. You're a woman here. Can't the women
have anything? No, I'm not. They can have all that. But I felt like that's all they were about.
Yeah, because this was a show. This is for that exact demo. That's what they were targeting: women, young, in the city, growing up.
No, I know, I
life.
get it, but I feel like that's. I felt like that they were just all one note. I felt like there was no layers to. Maybe the only exception is I don't remember her name. The one in the picture with the short hair. She had some layers. She had a kid. She had the guy coming in and out of her life. But the other women in the show, it was just the same story every time. I thought every episode it was, I can't get a man. I can't please a man. It was a failed Bechdel test on every episode.
It was a failed what?
Bechdel test.
What the hell is that?
The Bechdel test is a thing that when you apply it to movies or TV shows, it's women have to. Yeah, I'll read. It's about women in movies, and if they can talk about anything but men for a period of time. It's called the Bechdel test. Let me see.
I thought you said rectum test at first. I'm not gonna lie.
Bechdel test. Okay. Is a measure of the representation of women in fiction.
Wait, Bechdel damn near killed him. Okay, go ahead.
Right. It asks whether a work features at least two women who talk to each other about something other than a man. The requirement that the two women must be named is sometimes added, and there's other things too. But the Bechdel test is basically, can two women be on screen and talk about something other than men? And this show never. I feel like every time I turned it on, that's all it was. And it's not that it's bad or good. It's just there's other. Just felt like there's other stuff. No?
Like lightsabers?
Like lightsabers.
What was the layers you're looking for? Luke, I am your father. Explain this to me. Where?
I mean, I know this show is called Sex in the City, and it's about relationships. I get it. I get it. But I felt like we went into their lives deep enough that there could be other things in like we never got to know.
All right, let me ask you a question.
On a personal level, other than the sex stuff, which
let me
is
ask you a
fine.
question.
But
did you ever watch Entourage?
No.
You never did?
No, not once.
Okay.
I tried to get through like one episode. I couldn't take it. I was like, this is terrible.
All right, then you know what? Then this is just not your cup of tea because I always felt like Entourage was like Sex in the City for guys. That was basically the other side.
I didn't like that either. I watched it and it had that sociopathic quality to it. And I was like, I can't.
Sociopathic.
It was like a mob movie without the mob. Like they're all kind of all about themselves. That me first.
Do you mean egotistical?
Egotistical.
Narcissistic?
Right. And I couldn't deal with that. And Jeremy Pitt, I can't do it. I just can't. And it was just very. I don't care about these people. You know, they don't care about other people. What do I care? I don't know. I just couldn't get into it. It wasn't my style of show.
I get it. It wasn't animated. I understand, Frank. I understand. If I were to put if they had Krusty the Clown in Sex in the City, would it be a better show?
Hey. To quote Krusty. No, but all I'm saying is, you know, maybe one of them, I don't even know if this, again, I didn't see all the episodes. Maybe Carrie has a sister that comes in or, anything else. Mm. But every episode felt the same to me. It felt like they would just kept doing the same episode. You know, there'd be a different guy, sure, and he had a different job. But other than that, I felt like I was watching the same show every episode.
And here's the all important question. How many episodes did your wife force you to watch? Because it sounds like a lot. It sounds like you might have done the whole series.
No, I watched it every now and then when it was original, when it originally aired. And now every now and then she'll show me a scene that she likes. But other than that,
your wife likes the movie?
I don't know about the movies. She likes the shows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel like I found the first divide in your marriage.
Not a divide at all. She'll watch it. She binge watched it like a month ago. She watched the whole thing
without you.
All the seasons without me. And she usually watches it now when I'm doing this with you. That's when she watched it. She's like, you go do your thing. I'm going to be in here watching Sex and the City. I'm like, that's fine. And I have no problem with people liking it. It's just not for me. You like it. You're into it. God bless you. More power to you.
Your wife's
It's not my thing.
Your wife's on a podcast now going, I don't know. They talk about the same fucking topic every goddamn episode. They're wearing the same shirts now. I can't fucking, I can't stand it.
I don't blame her.
Same note.
She's kind of right. She's kind of right, but we're not a scripted drama or dramedy, whatever the fuck they wanted to call it. I don't know.
And all of a sudden, they got rid of the blonde girl. So we're running parallel to Sex in the City now. It's insane how.
You see? That's it. We got to add, what are we missing? I don't know who I am in this thing. None of them have glasses. I don't know.
You're the ugly one. I'm the good looking one.
Oh,
Did I ever, are you, I think my wife's dead. I'm not entirely sure. Oh, there she is. Okay. Did I ever laugh at a Sex in the City thing? I feel like there was a couple times where I was hysterical.
Oh,
I can't remember what it was now.
I'm sure there were scenes that were really good, well written and funny. But for me, 90% of it, I couldn't.
I'll tell you what.
Same thing. It was the same.
I don't know what movie it was, one or two, but they had that good-looking guy show his dick in it, and you would have thought that it was the cure for cancer, the way people were fucking talking about it.
They show one wiener in a movie, and it's
I
a
remember
revolution.
seeing the Today Show, and it was like Savannah Guthrie, and who's the other one I like? Who I saw at the flea market one time. Hoda Kotb. They were like, "Oh, there's some spicy, tantalizing things in this movie. We can't tell." And it's like the guy shows his dick. It's everywhere.
Don't tell them about internet porn. Their heads might explode.
They're like, "Oh, this is wait till you see the first 3 minutes of the movie." It's like I have Google. He shows his dick.
It's everywhere. Whatever.
He had this huge horse cock. Now, okay, my wife made me watch. Here's the problem with Janine. I don't know who started this, but my wife made me watch some other guy's dick the other night. What show was that we were talking about? Sex Life? Okay, there's a Netflix. This is where women are at in our country right now, Frank. They're just out to watch. Again, here's what's weird about girls. I wish we had Janine here for this. They have access to internet pornography. Like you said, they can just go out and find this. But for some reason, I don't know if they lust after production quality or...
I think it's more story, too.
My wife just said story just the same time as you did. Yeah. Or
they get into the roles and the fantasy of it all.
Or it's like a mystery of like it's not really supposed to come up. Because I don't know when the last time I saw a vagina flash in the middle of a Netflix show. I can't think of one. But I feel like these guys keep putting their dicks out, and it's always a shower scene. It's always
what's it called? Orange is the New Black. I mean...
No,
you get general area, but
New Black?
I don't think you see anything significant, but you see maybe bush. Can I say that?
Okay, so the big discussion in this thing was, is this guy's penis real or not? And then my wife had to pretend like, oh, the girls are annoying me so much about this penis, and is it real or not? And let's just watch it so we can get this. And I'm like, I don't care if it's fucking real or not. There I was 4 minutes later. And you know what? 7 times she watched it on slow motion, which I didn't appreciate at all. I took quite a bit. At the 8th time, I just fucking left the room. I don't know how many.
Much drool was coming out of the mouth.
Let me tell you something. This guy looked like he had a baby arm hanging from his fucking waist. I don't know what. I'm like that is. I'm like if that is
good for
real.
Him.
You know when you say to yourself, if that's not fake, I'm killing myself. That's basically what it came down to. If that's
good for him.
Like I know I fall short in a lot of areas, but if I'm falling that fucking short, it's over.
See, now I wonder how that happens when they make the show. Like, is it they hire the actor and the actor just goes, "Oh, by the way, I don't know if you want to use this or not." But kaplunk.
Hold on a second.
Yeah. Or do they put a casting call out for huge dongs?
We need a fucking 19.5-inch dick who's available.
Right. I mean, I think I'd like to think it's the first one because that's kind of funnier.
Let me tell you something. Dirk Diggler would be ashamed to get naked in the same room with this fucking guy. That's how huge it was. But it looked way more realistic than what they slapped on Mark Wahlberg at the end of the whatever that movie.
So, is that like a mystery now, or do people know if it's real or not?
Well, this was the big hubbub, and I think here's what annoys me. It's just girls' excuse to look at penis. But
Yeah, it's
they're
like, look at
acting
this. Look, I can't stop looking at it.
Yeah.
Look at this. It's like,
is it real or not? I don't know. Let me look at it again. Can you leave the room? You know.
Let me look at it for a good hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah. I don't know now, but all I know is I'm getting hit up with ads for Sex Life on Netflix.
And penis enlargement pills.
I got an email from Netflix that literally said, "Is there something wrong with your
It's been
device?
on pause for the last 3 days. Are you okay?
You have disproportionately watched one 4-minute segment."
Everything all right? We're sending paramedics. You know, that's
way-
how they got someone. Someone died. Did you hear this? This was like a year or two ago. Someone died.
Why? Because they were close to this guy when he took his pants off.
Right. Impaled them. No, some woman, I guess, was watching TV, watching Netflix, and it just kept going. Like, that's why this whole thing, they ask you now, are you still watching? Because it just kept going and going and going and going and going for days.
Oh,
And
that's
then
how
someone, and
she was
Netflix,
dead?
I think, checked on her, and she was just dead. And Netflix just kept running and running and running, series into series into series.
Yeah.
And it never asked, are you still watching?
That's
Now they have
Netflix came to my house and asked. They were like, "Did you die and fall on the rewind button?
On the pause button.
Because it keeps going back."
On the zoom in on dong button. No need to zoom in. Zoom
I'll
out,
take-
please.
It's fucking brilliant though what they did on this show, because they're like, I know, we'll show a penis for 0.3 seconds and we'll get everybody talking about it, and now everybody's talking about this guy's penis.
Yeah, you think this guy's probably the most popular guy in the world right now.
I'm surprised that he doesn't have more bruises on his face from literally falling over from being so front heavy. That's
Well, it's a kickstand. He falls and it catches him. Ka-thunk. So he's fine. He's gonna be just fine.
But I swear, you want to know what an impact this had on me? We had this talk about whether it was real or not. I'm not gonna lie to you, Frank. It looked real as shit when you're looking at it. But here's the problem. It was so, because it, and I will say this too, brilliantly written scene. And my wife mysteriously knew the whole fucking story, right? Like she never saw the thing before.
She executive producer.
Supposedly, this guy goes in, there's two dudes in a shower. And the guy whose perspective we're kind of in on, like it's his, I was like, he's telling the story, or we're seeing the story through his eyes, I should say. That's the new boyfriend. He's the new boyfriend. And he walks into the shower to take a shower at this gym, I guess. I don't know. And he looks over, and the old boyfriend is there.
Okay.
He's the husband. And that's the ex-boyfriend. So the regular dick guy is the husband, even worse. And he's got to see the ex-boyfriend turn around and literally have a fucking python staring at him in his fucking face.
What do you do if you're the husband, the guy that's like, this is your ex?
Yeah.
I don't know if I can.
Do you know when you're
That's weird.
driving on the highway and you see those huge sewer things that they can only fit like one of them on the back of a gigantic flatbed truck?
Yeah,
It
those
looked
pipes.
like that. So this is you basically set up every husband's fucking nightmare. Okay, it's basically this has been haunting me forever. But this is what I keep telling myself. So you see him, he turns around in the shower, flashes his penis at the guy. The guy gets disgusted and turns around, and then the big dick guy turns off the water and he walks out of the room. So this is what I keep telling myself in my head. He's got a huge, unit. But when you see him, when he walks by and now you're only seeing him from the back, his ass, you should still be able to see it like dangling in the front in between his legs, and you don't. So that's why I think it is a prosthetic.
Could be. Could very well be.
But I tell you what, I don't know who did it. I don't know if it was the same one that put tits on a duck in Howard
I
the
bet it
Duck.
was the same people who made Yoda.
But they should win a fucking Oscar for the
I think
makeup
it was-
on this thing.
Was it Industrial Light and Magic?
I'm not sure if it wasn't CGI. It looks so freaking realistic.
The same people who faked the moon landing?
It would have to be. It would
I
honestly
guess.
have to be.
To be honest with that, let's sidebar here. In the 60s, I feel like today we'd be able to debunk the moon landing a lot. I mean, when they were making movies back then, they had shit on strings, and you could see the strings. They weren't exactly tech wizards in the 60s. Yeah, but I think we would be able to rip apart the moon landing footage. Back to the penis.
Probably. I mean, there's not really, you don't really get to hold on to those secrets, especially when they start to get 40, 50, 60 years old.
Right. I feel like there's no way they could have faked it that well in the 60s. Anyway. Penis.
It's weird, though. Like, what vantage point are we looking at here?
With what?
Was it from the ship? We didn't see the ship behind them. Did we?
We saw it from the ship, I believe. And
it was
then
from the
saw
ship,
some parts
right?
of it, I guess. There was different angles.
It was different angles? I don't even remember anymore.
Yeah, there were a couple of scenes, like the guy, he was jumping on the moon, he plants the flag, he jumps down the ladder. There's a bunch of different shots.
Let me tell you something. This big dick guy's up on the moon. He would have popped right. He wouldn't have needed anything.
So you think he would have altered the tides while he's up there?
I think the gravitational pull of his dick would have been a disaster if it left our planet.
I don't know, man. You think if he was in Armageddon, he could drill to 700 feet to plant the nuke?
Easily.
After seeing Armageddon for that one.
Easily. If you saw your wife's ex-boyfriend's dick,
and it was gigantic,
how?
I don't know, man.
How much would that fuck you up?
It fucked me up a lot.
A lot, right?
I'm grateful I will never have that. Hopefully, never have that issue.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'm on a mission. I'm gonna start making some phone calls.
Things are gonna get creepy real fast in that line of questioning.
Even if their dicks aren't big, I will bankrupt myself getting the fucking makeup person out of that show there and make it look that big. That was insane. Like you know when you're clicking around on the web and they show like a blonde and she's got just massive hooters that are so unnaturally photoshopped. That's what this guy's dick looked like. That's how fucking big it was.
Yeah, I mean, it's bigger than Boogie Nights?
Way bigger than Boogie Nights. And
crazy.
Way more realistic looking too. And the thing with Boogie Nights is he just kind of like, it's like dry and he pulls it out. This guy was in the shower at the time. So he's got like water dripping off of it.
Well, yeah, it's not CGI'd. Maybe it's CGI'd.
It might have been CGI. They might have spent the whole season's budget on CGIing this guy's penis. And it paid off in spades.
I wonder if it's ever going to come to light whether it was real or not. Like, you think they'll reveal that secret?
Oh, of course. Yeah, we'll find out. Well, because I don't know who that actor is now, but this is going to follow him around forever. And then you're going to get his ex-girlfriends talking about if it's real or not and that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. That it's just ridiculous.
Hey, good for him. Power to him.
Yeah. But who's the brunette here in this? I like her the best. What's her name?
I don't remember.
Who's the brunette?
Charlotte? I don't know her real name.
Charlotte.
Don't know her real name.
Who was also on Seinfeld.
Seinfeld.
She was the toothbrush episode where he knocks the toothbrush into the toilet.
She definitely was.
Yeah.
That was a good one. That was one of the... I have to say, that was one of the better episodes. You got Kramer adopting a highway.
Right.
In that episode. You got George trying to dig up a pothole to get his keys out of the street.
Oh, was that the same episode?
The same episode. And you got Elaine faking her address to get fish delivered to her.
The Chinese...
It's 4 stupid plot lines, but they're so funny.
Yes. Agreed.
Holy cow!
And I always loved it when Jerry, because Jerry's appeal on that show was he was even keel and nothing ever really bothered him. But every now and then you would get that rarity where he would crack for some reason, and it was always hysterical.
Oh my god, it was great. One of my favorite episodes is Kenny Rogers Roasters.
Yep.
With the friggin' red light.
When he turns into Kramer, essentially.
When he turns into Kramer, that's genius. And Mr. Marbles, the friggin'. Ventriloquist dummy. Oh, God.
How should we tackle? Should we just do one Seinfeld show, or should we literally? I had this thought the other night. No, this is stupid, because we really can't do this, and I shouldn't be saying
I'm all
this.
for stupid ideas. What do you got?
We go through a la, because a lot of people are. I don't know if anybody's doing. That's what I stopped before I even looked. But you go. Remember we talked about Talking Sopranos with Steve Sciarippa and Michael Imperioli, where they're literally going back and watching every episode. The Office ladies with Pam and what's her name, Angela. They're watching the real actresses. They're watching every episode and talking about every episode back. Should we go through and watch every episode of Seinfeld and do a podcast on every? So we watch episode 1, do a podcast on it. Next week or whatever, watch episode 2, and then we do a podcast on it. I'm sure somebody's doing this already. I have a hard time believing that everybody doing this type of thing, that nobody's doing it for Seinfeld.
I am totally into doing that. My question would be, number one, the people who watch us now, they're going to have to either watch along with us, get into Seinfeld. You know, a lot of the people, I'm sure, are fans, but not everybody are fans of Seinfeld. You know, have seen it all.
Right. But I feel like as long as we mark those episodes, then people can ignore them if they want to ignore them.
Right.
I don't think that they could take the place of one of our regular episodes.
So this would be extra.
It would have to be extra.
Oh, then no.
It's really
Let me answer that for you. Nah.
Yeah, it's really hard to do because we can barely pull off this as
it couldn't be like every Monday we do an episode.
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think
we do our regular Monday, Wednesday, Friday thing, and then every Tuesday we do an episode or something like that.
It would have to be something like that. I think we have to wait until we expand a little bit, like before, you know.
Let us know in the comments. Tell us what you think about that idea. Doing an offshoot of this podcast and doing a Seinfeld review of every episode podcast.
Yeah, see, and it looks like there's a bunch that already do it. There's a lot out there. You know what, though?
They go
I don't feel like
episode to episode.
I don't think anybody could do it as good as we can, and that's no bullshit. I mean, we're, you know, aside from being incredibly good-looking guys in green shirts, we know that fucking show inside and out.
We lived, breathed that show since we were kids.
I could probably do it without rewatching it, but I feel like rewatching it would be even better.
So yeah, I could do it too, but I mean, I know every episode. I've seen them all 100 times, but just to freshen up and maybe get some, you know, extra insight into it and stuff.
All right, I'm just scrolling through these because I'm going to be honest with you. Most of them are incredibly stupid. Signcast, Talking Seinfeld. This one is fucking great. You want to hear what the name of this podcast is?
Is it like the podcast about nothing or something?
No, that would be stupid too.
Oh.
This podcast is making me thirsty.
It's not bad.
That's good.
That's not bad. So would we have to be creative like that, or would we be Anthony on air the Seinfeld episodes?
I think we would. Yeah, I think we would do, because you know what? It's not now that I'm thinking about it too. I thought about this idea. It's not original, but you know who else did this? The Ringer did this. Who's that guy? Bill, whatever the fuck his name is. Another guy who just sold his podcast to Spotify for like $1 billion. He used to do this too. He used to just do rewatches, and he would do like rewatch a movie or just rewatch a show and just talk about it.
That's all. That's like one of my favorite things.
Yeah,
watching TV and movies. What the hell?
And I feel like a lot of the audience would like it because we're doing the same thing with just daily topics. If we just turn that to a book or a movie or whatever, it would work. I know it would work. I think enough people would enjoy it. I just, you know, it might be a little hard right now to do.
Not with Seinfeld. I mean, how long could we? It'll probably be like a half-hour episode of us talking about a half-hour show.
Oh, I don't think so. I think we could easily
do
an
go
hour.
More, like an hour?
Oh, yeah, I think so. I think so.
Right. I'm in. You know me. I'll talk about Seinfeld all day long. You just put a microphone in front of me and we're good.
Maybe in the time being, we could do seasons. We could do a podcast on each season. How many seasons were there? 7?
9.
9?
First season was only like 5 episodes, but yeah,
Right.
9.
The Seinfeld Chronicles.
I don't think we could, I mean, I don't think one episode can cover a whole season. We'd get too much into one episode and it would take forever.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we should just do a one-off for now, just like off some of our
Start with
favorite,
episode
funniest
1.
one. No, not even that. Just funniest favorite overall. Just like an overall.
We could pick the clip show. We could do the clip shows. There's 2 clip shows. We can talk about the clips.
Yeah, we could do that.
Or the finale. Or well, let us know in the comments. Do you want to see us do Talking Seinfeld episodes? Each episode we do a podcast episode about. Or not do that at all. Or if you have an idea, if anybody has ideas about it, let us know.
Direct us, please. By the way, one of the greatest moves I ever made was making a whole bunch of people moderators on YouTube. They don't have that on Facebook. You can't moderate the live shows on Facebook. But on YouTube, it's great. They're in there now. We got a few people. They're kicking people out.
Is that for real? You did that?
Oh, they're shouting other people out. Yeah, one guy was being an asshole one night, and they kicked him out. Good for them.
Really? That's
it was
cool.
like crazy. Yeah.
I didn't know you could do that.
It's weird. Every now and then you get somebody who's like, "Oh, Bill Cosby was right. Those women had it coming." And it's like, "Oh, jeez," you know. And they
Yikes.
I think it was that guy. I forget who it was, but yeah.
Yeah, that shit don't fly.
Yeah,
I mean,
weird.
you know, but free speech.
Shit, I was gonna say something else now, and I can't. Oh, was there ever a show that owned a song the way Seinfeld owned the Green
Believe
Day
it
song?
or not. Which one?
The Time of Your Life, the Green Day song.
Oh, sure.
Because here's
Every
the
time
thing.
I hear it, that's what I think of.
Anytime you associate a TV show with a song, it was probably the theme song, like Friends or one of those things. This was just a song thrown into the end of the show.
Yeah, this is just over clips, and it was not a funny clip show thing, that part.
Yeah.
It was it was heartfelt. It was like the end of an era.
I don't know if there's ever been another show like that has come across a song and have been so synonymous. Let us know in the comments there if we're wrong about that, because I'm exhausted. I can't think about anything now. Yeah. I'm spent. Remember the Stormy Daniels joke?
That took it out of you.
That was it for me.
I don't know how you got past that one.
Battery empty after that moment.
Right. What was the song? Oh, the Greatest American Hero. Okay, so also the song "Believe It or Not," George's Answering Machine.
Yeah, that's a real song.
It's a real song, and it was the theme song to America's Greatest American Hero. And it was the theme to that, but nobody associates it with that anymore.
It's
all the Seinfeld thing. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, because
this is great.
I actually heard that somewhere, and I started singing the Costanza version.
Please leave a message at the beep.
When he's sitting there eating the popcorn, he's like, where can I be?
That's freaking gold. It's gold, Jerry. Gold.
Oh my God, we could do a whole episode on
Banya?
Ancillary characters. Yeah.
The Banya years.
Had great characters.
I did.
Did they have a character that we always? Oh yeah, they always talked about, but we never saw. They had a few.
Oh sure, Bob Sacamano.
Bob Sacamano. I was gonna say that's the most popular. Gotta be.
Any others that they talked about but we never saw?
My friend Bob Sacamano. That was always the best.
And Kramer named a couple other people, but I can't remember them. But
yeah,
Bob Sacamano was the big one.
But had great like Crazy Joe Davola or the Maestro.
Oh man, I think one of my favorite scenes of all time is in one of the very last episodes. The last episode before the finale was the Puerto Rican Day Parade, and in that episode, the three Kramer, George, and Jerry randomly meet in this one house that's for sale, apartment that's for sale, and all three of them come up with their own personas, their own nickname, their own names. George is Art Vandelay. Kramer is A.G. Pennypacker, and Jerry's Cal Varnson, and when they all Varnson Pennypacker, they just keep going back. That was great. That was freaking hilarious.
That was a great show.
Good stuff. I have a feeling most of the Seinfeld episodes that we do it's going to be us doing the Chris Farley thing. Remember that? That was hilarious.
That was awesome.
That was awesome.
Do you think we have a chance of getting Seinfeld to come back? Because every show seems like it's coming back.
I doubt it. I think he's one of the few
He
that
just doesn't
knew
give
what
a shit.
he went out on top, and I think he would see it as lessening the value of what they had.
And I also think he's already kind of done it because he did
The Larry David thing.
he did Curb, which was great. That was a great way to do it, by the way. And also he did the Super Bowl commercial one year. Remember with him and
right.
George in the thing?
That's right, in the coffee shop.
Yeah.
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 Here's a little known fact for you. You know the diner. It's a real diner in Manhattan.
Tom's
It's actually
Diner.
Tom's Diner. It's actually the same diner from the song Tom's Diner.
Suzanne Vega and DNA.
Yeah, it's the same.
Yeah.
She's singing about it's. She's singing. She wrote that about that diner, about sitting in that diner.
Some fucking matzo ball soup over there. I tell you what, to get
Never been.
Seinfeld and Suzanne Vega, that's a hell of a ride.
That thing's going, man. I've never been. I want to go there. I passed it a few times. I've never been inside.
I think they had like some scaffolding up in front of it last time I saw it. They were like fixing up the front.
I always wanted to go there. I'll go there one day. 112th and Broadway, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, we should. All right, we got to leave it there. We have really...
Wow.
We've hit 2 hours, I think.
See, Seinfeld. We'll get you on a tangent. We can go forever.
Yeah. All right, I
Let's leave
appreciate
it
you
there.
guys watching and or listening. I have to mention this. We've got a couple people that support the podcast. If you go into the link in the description, there's a way to support the podcast. A certain amount of money every month, 99 cents or $4.99 or whatever. We've had a few people sign up recently, and I don't know. It's like kind of thing to shout out names, and I don't know if they want that or whatever. Just know that we're appreciative of it. It all helps.
Appreciate it.
Yeah,
Totally.
the whole thing helps. So there's a bunch of people doing that. Thank you for that. If you're buying
Much
shirts, appreciate that, or cups or whatever, mugs.
Yeah, you
always
get something out
appreciative.
of that too. That's great.
Yeah, yeah. I like that, but there was I'll just say her first name, Amy. She was just like, I don't want anything. I just want to support you guys. And I was just like, just so fucking nice.
It's the nicest people, man, that do that. I mean, there are nice people that don't do that, but it's great to see.
Please, for every dickhead that's like, do your research, you get a nice, person like this Amy here who is just
We feel
lovely.
it right here. Thank you.
Yeah, lovely. Makes up for all the do your own research dickheads.
Schmucks.
All right. Enjoy your weekend. Appreciate you guys. We are back on Monday. J-Sabs was here. She was behind the big penis the whole time. That's why we couldn't see her.
Damn it.
Yeah, killed her internet.
Bet she
reception.
was.
Yeah. But we'll get her back, and we'll all be back on Monday. Till next time.